Hey guys, what's up? My name is Emily Hood and thank you for joining me for this week's episode of the Hood Report. On this week's episode, we will be discussing why you couldn't go visit the Arch this weekend, the Friends movie trailer that had me screaming out of excitement, and how this year's troops overseas are going to be watching the Super Bowl. Over the weekend, I was really bored and mindlessly scrolling through Facebook when I came across something in my newsfeed and I nearly passed out because of it. I was so excited. I saw what looked like a teaser trailer for a Friends movie and everything was so different, like Chandler and Monica were divorced and Phoebe was a doctor, and it was just weird, and I didn't understand like why this reunion wasn't, being more talked about because it was such an exciting trailer. Unfortunately, after digging into the trailer a bit more, I found out that it was totally fake and the trailer was just made up of cleverly edited clips from the shows Cougar Town and Joey. I mean, as someone who edits videos themselves, I am thoroughly impressed. Usually those don't get me, but you got me that time. Most of the Friends cast have said that they are not interested in revisiting the characters for some kind of reunion special, but I'm still gonna keep my hopes up. I'll leave a link to the video down below in the description if any of you want to watch it. Over the weekend, a failure between congressional Republicans and Democrats led to a government shutdown, leaving thousands of people stranded with no jobs and no pay until Congress could decide on a funding plan that addressed immigration and spending. Programs like air traffic control, military posts overseas, Medicare, and other necessary government programs remained open throughout the shutdown. However, many non-essential government workers were told to stay home unpaid until the government could find the money to fund their departments, such as many areas of U.S. intelligence agencies. National parks also remained closed, affecting visitors who tried to visit the Arch or the old courthouse downtown in just St. Louis alone. On the bright side, the government is now back open, with Congress agreeing on a new short-term spending plan and Democrats backing down on their requirement to address DACA in the new funding plan. Super Bowl 52 was decided over this weekend, and the Philadelphia Eagles will be taking on the New England Patriots. Oh, my bad, I mean New England Patriots. Excuse me, I get confused. I'm just kidding, that was all in good fun, even though I'm not the biggest fan of the Patriots. I know a lot of people are, and that's totally fine. Deployed military service members gain access to American TV stations through the American Forces Network, which is run by the U.S. Department of Defense. Unfortunately, due to the government shutdown that I mentioned earlier, it was unsure if the Department of Defense was going to have enough funding should the government remain shut down to be able to keep the channel up and running so that the forces could even watch the Super Bowl. Thankfully, the DoD announced that it would be able to maintain 2 of the typical 8 channels run on the American Forces Network, sports and news, so the troops would have been able to watch the Super Bowl, and then they definitely will since the government is back open. And that is all that I have for you today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and if you enjoyed watching this episode and you want to see more of the great videos that we put out here on FHNtoday, be sure to hit that red subscribe button down below so you can get notified every time we post a video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a great week.